What is up, guys? It's your boy Kemma, and I am back from Blizzcon. Had a good time seeing everyone, and I thought now would be a better time than ever to release a top 5 heroes Blizzcon edition. So that is what I will be doing. First off, I just wanted to say shout out to Cloud9 and Logitech for these awesome headset. It's wireless, sounds amazing. Go check out Logitech Gaming if you guys don't have a headset or you want to upgrade. These are pretty tight. And let's get into it. So what I want to try to do and accomplish with this video is I want to tell you what 5 heroes I think were the most impactful on the BlizzCon tournament, and I want to tell you why. And that's hopefully at the end of this video you'll get a good idea of why I think that. So the number one guy, it has to be Tyrael. This guy was pretty big sleep. Like, I think he was a pretty big sleeper coming into the tournament, honestly. But I mean, what else is there to say about this guy? Like, his sanctification is just a big, oops, we fucked up, but it doesn't matter. Now we can win the team fight because they blew cooldowns and we use sanctification. And just the fact that it has a 70-second cooldown, half-second cast time, and excuse me, drinking diet soda. It has a half-second cast time, 70-second cooldown, and it lasts for 3 seconds. And you can get battle momentum on Tyrael. It makes it so sanctification is up before pretty much every fight that you have, and you do not have to fight without sank. So it is probably one of the most overpowered ults in the game right now. I'd like to see the sank cooldown actually pushed up to maybe maybe 80, and then take battle momentum off of Tyrael, and that would probably put him in a much better spot. So he's number one. How many games did we see just comebacks with sanctification? I don't even think Tyrael lost that entire tournament. I could be wrong, but you know, C9 just banned him every game. It was a smart choice, worked out well for them. So number 2, let me pull up my list right here in case I forget. Okay, number 2. Where's she at? The Frost Mage herself, Jaina. I think she was probably first picked more than any here in the tournament, and it's not really a surprise. She does ridiculous amount of damage. She has a ridiculous slow. I know I say ridiculous a lot. Deal with it. What else can you say about Jaina that people don't already know? You know, she does tons of damage. Icy Veins is just a ridiculous steroid, and you don't really need to take Ice Block in this meta. So Icy Veins is getting a lot of work. Northern Exposure, Root, they're both good, and she's hard to kill if you take Ice Block, and just her different amount of builds for different situations is pretty awesome. So I really like her talents, and you know, Blizzard did a good job on her. Buffing all the damage on all 3 of her main spells was probably not the right decision if you don't want to see her as much. But honestly,
I'll just use this time to study.
I don't know if you can hear Jaina talking, but she's talking in my head. All right, so I think that she needs to be tuned down a bit. Like, just nerf something about her. She does too much damage. There's nothing else to say. She just does too much damage, and she has no weaknesses. She has literally no weaknesses. Okay, number 3. Where's he at? The support daddy of them all, Uther. He's still in there. Probably the most contested support of the whole tournament. Not really a surprise. Uther's not really going to be going anywhere unless he gets nerfed to hell. You know, just Divine Shield needs... They need to take the movement speed off this and put it back up to like 80 seconds or 90 seconds. It's too much range for what it does. Like, look at Sanctification from Tyrael. It has no range, but it's AoE, and it's almost as bad or even worse than Divine Shield in my opinion. So increasing the cooldown on this would help a lot, and then taking movement speed off of it. And then, you know, I've covered what Uther does. He just, you know, he has a CC that you can't block. 16, he has a double CC. Really ridiculous solo healing, and level 20 he has a res. Like, come on. These are things you need to. These are things you just need to nerf about him, you know. So he's number 3. Number 4. Got another tank on my list. The Mountain King, and if you watch my last 3 Warriors list, top 3 Warriors list, this guy was on it for a reason, you know. Like, Tyrael was the only warrior that I overestimated Johanna's power this patch, and I underestimated Tyrael's power. I knew Tyrael was really good. I'd been using Tyrael a lot in the SEL and winning a lot with him on my team, so I knew he was really good, but he's another level right now with how the meta is. And Mirrodin is pretty much, Mirrodin's just, he does everything great. He's super tanky, stuns, you know, just, and he has ridiculous mobility. There's nothing, if there was one weakness on him, he doesn't do a shit ton of damage, but he still does a ton of damage on a single target if you get the clap ability. So there's really no weaknesses about this guy. He's probably the best or second best tank in the game right now, I'd have to say. He works so good in mass CC comps. ETC actually showed up a lot this tournament. I'm gonna give an honorable mention to ETC. I'd say he's like your poor man's Mirrodin. Like, he has actually better roaming early game, but he just doesn't do as much later on if he can't land good mosh pits. He's like really mosh pit dependent later on in the game, so unless you're versing a comp that doesn't have a lot of CCs, or if you have Divine Shield, like, there's not much you could do. Like, before you could pre-cleanse, and it was easy to get off mosh pits if you're really good on support, but now you can't do that anymore. So ETC is still in a, I think he's in a really good spot. So to round out the list, like, so far we have Tyrael number 1, Jaina number 2, Uther number 3, and Mirrodin number 4. So number 5 is another warrior that I had on my top 3 list. Shouldn't be much surprise. Leoric, the Skeleton King. And I think Caffeine pretty much proved why this guy is I think like King Caffeine pretty much proved why Leoric's OP. His passive. He reses. You can trade 1-for-1 late game, and he'll be up like 20-30 seconds before the other tank. Like, it's ridiculous. No other tank can trade that late and make such a big impact. And it's not like he's like weaker than the other tank when he's alive. So he's pretty ridiculous. Entomb is just amazing for catching people out of position and pre-bolt, you know. It gets a lot weaker at 20, obviously, and you can draft around it, but a lot of the popular picks right now, they have no escapes, so Entomb's amazing against that. And I mean, March of the Black King is just a really good ult if you can use it correctly. The upgraded March of the Black King at level 20, or the whatever it's called, the Death March. I call it the God March, because he destroys everything if he gets a good one. But yeah, that's OP. I think he's the only. I don't know why some people take Hardened Shield. I feel like you should never take this on him. Spectral Leech and Spectral Leech and Death March are both ridiculous abilities. And I mean, you can build him however you want. You can build him res mode, like you saw Caffeine do in that Cancer game where they ran the unkillable zombie comp with Murky, and then you can run him just like standard with, you know, upgraded Wraithwalk. So he just has really hard to kill, and he's just really annoying. He's really hard to kill, and if you kill him, he's coming back. So that's why I got him at number 5. So he rounds out my top 5. Just 2 more honorable mentions I wanted to talk about. Tyrande. Where's my girl, Tyrande? Tyrande was probably surprisingly not played as much as I thought she would be played later in the tournament, but she's still, like, YL proved that she can even solo heal in some cases, and I think she's still one of the best heroes in the game. Her mark just makes her a threat that can kill anybody, and she's really good against Zeratul comps, as Braveheart proved against Tempo Storm. They could not do anything late game with their Zeratul comp against Tyrande Tassadar. And last pick, the last honorable mention would be Sonya, because as good as Sonya is, I don't think she was either banned or just she was kind of not played as much. I think because Sonya actually, it's not like Tyrael requires no skill to press R, right? It literally requires, there's no skill level. Sonya, you have to be really good on Sonya to actually like make her OP. So I think that's why she wasn't played as much as Tyrael early on. And that's probably my, yeah, I would, so just going over it one more time. Tyrael, Jaina, Uther, Mirrodin, and Leoric are my top 5 right now. So let me know if you guys agree with me. Let me know what you think right below in the comments. You know, if you saw me at Blizzcon and said what's up, thank you. I appreciate it. You know, I love all you guys for watching, and I will continue making videos. You might even see me back in the competitive scene soon. I'm really trying to get back on a team, trying to get back on the grind to play again. I'm so hungry to play. Like, it's just watching from the sidelines is just really, it's really painful. You know, I just want to get in there, just want to prove how good I am. So thanks for watching, guys. That's all I can ask from you guys for being awesome fans, and I will keep on putting out content as long as I can. So I will check you guys next time. Peace.